Welcome back. Today, inshallah, we're going to start in section 2 of chapter 7. How does evolution happen? So, in section 1, as we remember, we know what is evolution and what are evidences of evolution and all of that. Do you remember this, guys? Do you remember this?
Yes.
Yeah, so who can tell me what meant by evolution? Anyone can remind me what is evolution?
It's the changes that happen in animals over a long period of time.
Excellent. It is that changes that could happen to a population or a group of animals that live in the same area over a long period of time. So that's here as an evolution, and we said that there are many evidences prove that evolution already happened, like fossil record, similarities in the DNA, and similarities in the bone structure or the internal structure of different living organisms, and so on. And we get a case study that we studied that the modern whales already they were a four-legged mammal. They live on land. Do you remember this, guys?
Yes.
Like this, section 1 already give us a completely or that's here as we said an evidence that evolution happened or happened already, but it doesn't give an idea how does it happen or even what how could we explain the evolution, how does it happen, or what the reasons that make evolution happen, and so on. So to find that, okay, we're gonna know here in our section. So let's start together here, guys. I need someone to read this paragraph on your screen, please. Okay. Yes, Hannah. Hannah, Honey.
Yes, the ringer.
Yeah.
Upright walking, hair, fingerprints, binocular vision, and speech are all traits that almost all humans have in common. List the advantages and disadvantages of each trait. You think the advantages are greater than the disadvantages? Why or why not?
Okay. So guys, I give you just seconds to think, and that's here. Just look. We know this. They are the common characteristics of human. We have fingerprints. We have binocular vision. We have upright walking. That means we just move in two legs only, not four like other animals. And we have whatever here, as we can say, the ability to speak. So all these are traits common between all human. What do you think? These traits they have advantages and disadvantages. Of course, anything have advantage. So anyone can tell me what the advantages that you could figure in these traits and what are the disadvantages? Don't be shy. Raise your hand if you want to share, guys. Hey, no one have an idea? What's good about these traits and what is bad? Yes, Hannah Yasser?
Can I say like one for each trait?
Yes.
Like one trait? Yes.
Yes, you can.
For example, fingerprints. We can identify criminals if like they left their fingerprints on something.
Okay, so that advantage, yes? That is advantage of a fingerprints.
Yes.
What about disadvantages? Is it something disadvantage considered to be a disadvantage like this fingerprints?
I think it's neutral, like it doesn't have disadvantages.
Yeah, it's considered there is no disadvantage in something like that.
Yes.
Okay, yes. So here like this, guys, we could find that there is advantage and disadvantage for each of one of these traits. For example, fingerprint, as Hannah Yasser said, it's considered to be good, and there is advantage that each one has a unique fingerprint. So this kind of unique fingerprint of each one could help us to identify criminals in some crimes or some illegal situations and something like this. So that's the advantage, yes. But in another hand, you can find that unique fingerprints could make some people trace your actions, even this actions is not illegal. They could know what you did or about you throw your fingerprints on something like that. So that may be considered it's not that something private enough, or that they just somehow take your privacy away. So like this is considered as disadvantage, yes or no? In another hand,
Yes.
you can find the ability to speak. Speech, of course, it's a good advantage that enable us to communicate easily with each others and something like this. Yes or no? but you could find that speech have disadvantage sometime because we already speak in different languages, okay, that make us will not able to communicate easily. Imagine that we just speak one language, like for example that we don't have the ability to speak, but we just have a kind of sounds like animals, so all of humans could communicate, yes or no? So here, like this, everything we have two sides. It could be observed as good and bad. No one will say it's 100% good or 100% bad. But we could say in some situations that the advantages is more than disadvantages. Yes or no? So,
Yes.
so although speech or ability to speak in different languages make a kind of borders between humans all over the world, that mean we don't all of us could understand each other, but it give a chance for each population and each group to build their own civilization. Without that, okay, of course we will not be able to create different civilizations and this different ways and inventions and blah blah blah. Okay, here, okay, we could find also binocular vision, that we could see, okay, things in the normal vision of human, that we can have two eyes only and we just could see in limited range of vision, okay, and in certain colors and wavelengths that we could binocular visions, that could be good, okay, course good because it enables us to see and allow us to detect different things. But in same side, imagine that you have the ability to see in infrared radiations like other animals, or even you could see more wavelengths, so your vision could be more complicated, that will be better, and some people say that's not. So like this here, guys, the idea which I give to you from this brainstorming question, that different traits, okay, they make different individuals or different species, okay, different. That means here this differences which make some living organisms they able to adapt to a certain environmental conditions and the other are not. You get the idea, guys? Which make the chance for some people to have a leverage to do something while others not. You get the idea, guys? Is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah. So here that the same idea here we said that once we say why, if I ask you why there is no dinosaurs that could survive till that our day, okay, or why we don't have dinosaurs between us, anyone have an idea why no dinosaurs, or why dinosaur extinct? Guys, do you have an idea why?
Some theorists say because of meteors, earthquakes, natural disasters, less food.
Okay, natural disasters, okay, and something like this cause them to die. That's there are a lot of theories about why dinosaurs disappear, but all of them they just agree about one big idea, that dinosaurs were not able to adapt anymore. Yes or no? You get this, guys? That means actually, if you
Yes.
know that dinosaurs already they lived on Earth for about 150 million years, which means it's a very long period of time. Yes, dinosaurs throughout this time were able to adapt with the different changes that happen in the Earth and the climate and whatever. So they were able to adapt and survive, giving new generations with new traits that could survive in new conditions. But some suddenly, or that's mean within years, some catastrophic events that mean very rapid and the great changes that happen in the environment, so which make the dinosaurs not able to survive. So that's mean here, guys, we talk about one idea: surviving of living organisms depend on what are the characteristics or what are the traits they have enabled them to adapt with the surrounding environment, guys. You have this idea, guys? Is it
Yes.
clear? Yeah. And that's here the basic idea of the explanation of evolution, or how does evolution happen. So let's start here. By the end of our lesson, we should be able to list four sources of Charles Darwin's theory about evolution, describe the four parts of Darwin's theory of evolution: by natural that gradual processes and had changed the Earth's surface over selection, and relate the genetics to evolution. Okay, so let's see. We talk about Charles Darwin. Okay, actually, Charles Darwin, one of the brilliant scientists who was able to describe or to explain how evolution happened, and his theory considered the best theory ever to explain how evolution happened. Although we have some points that we disagree with him in his theory, but overall the idea of his theory is true, and it's actually applicable, and it could explain how evolution happened all over the years in different situations. So actually we have many theories that explain evolution, and that's what you're gonna search about during making your project. So, but we're going to talk about just the most common one, which is the Charles Darwin theory. So Charles Darwin actually in 1831, okay, that Charles Darwin already graduated from his college, okay, and he, like all the young people in that time, don't know what he's gonna work or what he's gonna do. His parents want him to be a physician or a doctor, but actually he was not able to deal with blood. So he refused this idea and start to think what could do. So he started to be a naturalist. Naturalist, that means a scientist who really start to study animals and plants and in nature and find the similarities and differences between them and so on. So here like this, we said that after Charles Darwin graduated from college, he served as a naturalist. Okay, that means he already got on a ship. Okay, this ship is called as HMS Beagle. Okay, and he start a very long trip around the world. As you can see, do you see this red arrows in the map represent the passage of, or that represent the path of the ship? Actually it took about, I think, more than 5 years that they keep moving around the earth. Okay, so they get from east to the west, as you can see here, and they studied, or they are located mainly here. As you can see, they are located mainly here at Galapagos Island. Okay, this island small here beside South America. So they collect different samples of animals, plants, and they keep studying them. Okay, and they find some things. Okay, so let's see what here. So for example, we find that Darwin find that, or he noticed that the different kinds of zebra finch is kind of bird, as you can see here. Okay, he find that the finches of the Galapagos Islands, they have little differences from finches which found in Ecuador, and also than the other finches which found in the neighbor islands. So each island have its own special type of zebra finch. Okay, they have little differences. What the differences they have? For example, the first kind here, this one, okay, as you can see, it has a large ground. We call it the large ground finch. That means it's already live on the ground. It doesn't fly higher. It flies, but it doesn't higher, or doesn't put his nest on higher places. It just live near to the ground. Okay, has a wide, strong beak. As you can see, look at this beak. It's different than the other two beaks. You can see the differences, guys. Okay. So why he's need this strong beak? It's because it used this beak in breaking down, okay, cracks in the seed cover, okay, to be able to eat the nuts inside, or to be able to eat the seeds inside that cover. While, okay, this cactus finch, another kind of zebra finch, they have a somehow strong but sharp, okay, beak, as you can see in the picture, that help them to eat the different cactus parts, okay, and insects. While the third one here, we call the Doppler finch. So the Warpler finch here, it's have a small narrow beak that is used to catch small insects. So here like this, we find all of them, they are the finch. That means they belong to the same species, but they have little differences, okay, based on their niche. Niche, that means how they could feed, or what the kind of the environment they play a role in. You got this, guys? Is it clear, guys?
Yes.
Okay, so these differences lead Charles here, or Darwin, to start to think. Okay, so here he starts ideas about breeding. What is the idea of breeding? So breeding, it means that you start to make different, okay, different different strains of the same species, or different animals of the same species, that they have different characteristics to be breed together. So the process in which humans select which plants or animals they produce based on certain desirable traits, we call this selective breeding. breeding. As we said before, okay, that you could select two plants that they have desirable trait. For example, a plant that produce large fruits gonna be crossed with another plant that has, okay, for example, sweet fruits. So once we combine them together, we may obtain a large sweet fruit. So that here you get more desirable traits, okay? Or for sometimes that's the idea. As we said, all dogs they already evolved from the wild wolves, but as we discovered that we have different characteristics or different traits in dogs, so we could select which dogs that they could match to produce new strains of dog which have some desirable trait. Sometimes maybe the smart dogs, large dogs, small dogs, and so on. Okay, guys, is it clear? Guys, is it clear here?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
here we said that we find the idea about the population. So we said that only a limited number of individuals survive to reproduce. This is something special about the offspring, okay, of the survivors. What does it mean? Charles Darwin was very, or have a very important idea about this. He always observed that in any place as population, that mean a group of species live in this area, they will give birth and they start to produce a lot of offsprings. But at certain time, the number of individuals will be too much compared to the resources which found in this area. Yes or no? You get this, guys? Again?
Yes.
Again, this part one more time. Charles Darwin observed that any place, okay, that mean any area that has a population, a group of species that live in this area. So as the food is already available or too much, the living organism, they don't have any problem. They will give birth and the individuals will survive and their number will increase. But as their number increases at certain time, the number of individuals in that place will be too much compared to the available resources, the available food, water, and so on. Yes or no? So in that case, the food and the water will not be enough for this individual. So what would happen to the individuals of the species? They will start to make a kind of competition to get the food. Yes or no? Guys, you get the idea?
Yes.
So
Yes.
during this competition, some individuals will be able to win this competition. They have certain characteristics make them able to win this competition and get the food or to survive, while others lack for this characteristics, so they will not be able to survive. You get the idea, guys? Is it clear, guys, here?
Yes.
Okay, so here that's the ideas which Darwin already stated until that moment. Then next time, inshallah, we're gonna know how Darwin start to link all these ideas together to build his theory about the evolution or to explain how evolution happened. So we're gonna start this part, okay? The ideas about population, and next time, inshallah, we're gonna continue our lesson. Please study this part very well from your textbook, and if you have any question, just you can ask next time, inshallah. Thank you guys and goodbye.